Hey guys, what's up? It's 8-Bit Eric, and a few years back, one of my most favorite games to play on the Wii U was Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed. In fact, I did a review of it just praising how much I really enjoyed the game. I was addicted to it. I played it constantly. It was almost one of my go-to games on the Wii U. I just loved every single thing about it. So when I found out Team Sonic Racing was coming over to the Nintendo Switch, yes, we get to get another Sonic Racing game that I was definitely looking forward to, seeing if I could really sink my teeth into it. It is here now. I am going to review the Nintendo Switch version and see if it is worth picking up or if it's kind of worth just not even starting the race with. So guys, if you are brand new to the channel, feel free to throw a subscription and let's go ahead and begin today's video. I was looking forward to it when I first found out that this game was coming out. I saw stuff at E3 about it. I've been following it, just waiting for the day to be able to sink the teeth into and try it out, because I was a big fan of previous racing games like Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed, which was amazing. I thought it was a great concept and everything. And when I found out Team Sonic Racing was going to kind of change up the format from the traditional kart racing format with team racing, and I was kind of like, you know what, this sounds unique, a team racing concept where you're in a team of 3, you pick your team, like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Any of the other characters are in here, and I was like, wow, this sounds like a neat concept. The main thing is you have to try to all finish as high as possible. It's almost similar to like real life racing, like what NASCAR does with teams. You have to try to place as high as you can in the race to earn a certain amount of points and everything. And along the way, just like with other kart racers, there's items and things to avoid on the track. It's pretty neat. It's not just a plain old racetrack. It's team racing with that kart racing vibe. So it has some good elements left over from games like Transformed, but they did take a lot of things out. For example, there's not the transformation in the middle of the stage type of thing, where 1 minute you're in a cart, the next you're in a boat, the next you're like in a plane. They kind of eliminated all that. This is just plain kart racers, but needless to say, I will say the levels are still actually rather neat and creative. You do visit a little bit of locales from previous Sonic games and stuff, so it is nice to race in some areas and hear familiar tunes and everything. But the main thing that I kind of just noticed off the bat, and forgive me if I really didn't pay attention ahead of time for this, I was expecting all of the Sega All-Stars to be in the game, kind of like what Transformed had with like Alex Kidd and other characters from Sega franchises, but this one's limited to the main Sonic cast. It's not a bad thing, it's just it was a little disappointing. I was expecting to see a little bit more content and way of characters and vehicles and cars in here, but you know what we have is still pretty cool. I'm still a rather big Sonic the Hedgehog fan. I grew up playing it since the original, and being able to just race with Sonic, even though there's like no reason for him to even race, he could probably run faster than the car can run, was still rather nice. I think, judging from what I experienced with the Nintendo Switch version, it might be the inferior one. I really haven't been hands-on with the Xbox One version or even the PS4 version, but I have seen reports that this one runs at 30 frames per second, so no 60 frames per second with this racing game, which is kind of weird considering that Mario Kart Deluxe runs at 60 frames per second. But I will say the game is still very colorful, which is what you would expect in a Sonic the Hedgehog game, and it has a real good little cartoony atmosphere, everything about that. So I think the game looks beautiful, all frame rate, FPSs aside and stuff like that. I think it runs great. I think it looks nice, and I had no hiccups on it. Playing it portably also was a lot of fun. But, I know this day and age, a lot of people expect 1080p, 60 frame per second stuff. I honestly have no reason why Sega did not do that. If Mario Kart could do it, there's absolutely no reason why a brand new game in 2019 couldn't do that. So that was puzzling in the least. Now, the mechanics, everything, the way the karts control the game, very solid. It didn't feel slippery at all. The karts felt tight. Turning and drifting and accelerating everything felt really impressive. You know, not many kart racing games can get it right. Usually it feels like really loose, like a little too slippery, things like that. I think the characters in this game all felt perfect. And if you've played a kart racer, you could pick up and figure it out. It's tried and true method that everybody tries to emulate from the Mario Kart series. You kind of just drive around the track, you find speed boost, and you find items, and these items are used to kind of capitalize on the race. But what's unique with this one is main core mode involves you using your partners to trade weapons. You can request an item from one of your partners if they have one and you get the item, or you can give the item to one of your other partners to help give them an edge. And in story mode, it kind of doesn't translate over too well. You know, in story mode, you're basically just playing by yourself with 2 AI partners, so it doesn't really transfer well with the whole concept and everything. You can request the items and stuff still, and it works out if you're trying to win the race and you want to destroy your opponents and everything. But I feel that the team racing aspect is best in multiplayer in this game, which provides a lot of different options, you know, like boost race, there's King of the Hill, things like that. And being able to actually play with real people and strategize as a team, even though there's no voice chat in this game, which would have been nice, you know, being able to communicate with people you're racing, but you're still able to do an item request where one of your partners could send you the item, or vice versa. And I think it's actually a little bit more challenging and fun to actually be playing with real people on your team as opposed to AI partners. I think the whole team concept was a good idea. You really don't see that very much in kart racing games. So it did take me initially a while to get it and to completely understand it. I was kind of like, you know what? This isn't, I don't know, I'm not feeling it when I first initially was playing the game. But then when I got into story mode, you know, a couple hours in, and then I hopped onto multiplayer, my mood changed. I was like, you know what? I can dig this. It's not too bad. And you can even build up to have like an ultimate team combo where like all of you guys just turn into like supersonic and stuff, and you could just zoom right down the thing for a limited amount of time. So it was cool. It was like a really good little strategic type of gameplay element there that I have not seen in a kart racing game in like ever. So yeah, and then you know what, if the team racing is not your thing, online mode I do know has a standard race mode where you can play with just yourself. You know, if you like to play with yourself, you can do standard mode, all puns aside. You could do standard race mode online where you just have to worry about yourself, and it's just a basic racer at that point, which I honestly, I don't prefer that. I think Sonic Team Racing is an enjoyable game, but if you take away the whole team racing aspect, it's just a standard kart racer with just Sonic characters in it. Wouldn't really distinguish itself or separate it from the rest of the bunch. So I really think that this whole team, you know, race aspect of it is the best thing about it. The thing that really separates it from Mario Kart 8, because let's face it, everybody's going to try to compare this game to Mario Kart, and it actually was able to separate itself by having this team racing aspect on it. So I really accept that. You know, at first I wasn't feeling it, but playing it through, I was like, it works. You earn credits as you progress through the game, playing like all the modes to customize and mod your vehicles. Every character's vehicle has unique parts that give it a certain aesthetic or look, even increasing like the speed, stuff like that. So you can have like golden legendary engines, things like that. You can even change like the paint color schemes and stuff like that. So there are a lot of unlockables that you use using credits. You go to like the mod ball section on the map, and it basically just randomizes what it gives to you. So there is a ton of replay value to get those credits, to play through all the modes, to unlock all this stuff. You know, I know people like this type of stuff. The online stuff had a good variety. Like I mentioned, you have a variety of different types of modes, the boost modes, King of the Hills, other types of races and stuff like that. So online was actually kind of neat. And especially, I find it always more enjoyable to actually play with people. There's just something that is so boring playing a one-player story mode in a racing game where you're just playing against computers. You know, playing with people in racing games is where it's at. So overall, I think Sonic Team Racing, for what it's worth, it's $40. It's available physical. For a multiplayer game and for an online player game, I think that is actually great price. 40 bucks is not going to break the bank, especially for a physical title this day and age. On the Switch, with, you know, we all got that Switch tax where games are usually high in price. 40 is a very good price for a Switch game, and one that you can actually enjoy with your friends and online, guys. So I can definitely recommend Sonic Team Racing for you guys to check out for your Nintendo Switch, guys. And that's it for today's video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, again, if you're brand new, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Comment down below. Have you played this game so far? Or is it kind of like, are you kind of like mixed on it? And don't forget to like, dislike. I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great day. Peace out. Consider supporting 8-Bit Eric on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description.